Welcome to the DFI Barcade. I wouldn't say this is where the magic happens around here, but some of our best and worst ideas do come up here, sometimes with the aid of adult beverages. As you can see here, I've got our tablet that I've talked about in previous videos. It's a 10-inch O&N tablet, same kind you can find at Walmart. They're not very powerful, but they get the job done for what we use them for around here. We like to use them for picture frames and home automation control and our arcade scorekeeping, our dart scorekeeping, several other things too. They're great for that. They're relatively inexpensive, and they work all around great for what we need them to work for. As you can see over here, I've got a stack of 5 used O&N tablets. I like to get these off of eBay. Again, we're only using them for picture frames and home automation. I'm not going to go out and buy a brand new tablet. It's just not necessary. And here are my stands that I like to use so much. I get those off Amazon. Same stands you see here. They're adjustable. Great to work with. Love working with them. Well, anyway, I guess to get into why we need to buy 5 new tablets. So we use these all over the house. Every major room in the house has a tablet in it for home automation mostly and to work as picture frames. Let me show you what happened to one of those tablets. We had these laying around for a while, so when I started this project years ago, I just used what I had laying around. That's what we like to do around here. We use our scraps for whatever. If you look closely here, you'll see the screen's a little bowed. So when lithium batteries get old, they tend to swell, and that's not good. That's fire hazard. There's all sorts of problems with that. So we need to just replace those. So I wanted to go ahead and run you through my process of how I set up a tablet, and we'll see how that'll work. All right, let's go. Well, there they are, all charged up, ready to go. Let's get into setting them up. We start by powering on our newly charged tablet, and before long, we're brought to the first setup screen. It asks to connect to Wi-Fi first. When it finishes connecting, it will check for and install updates. Then we're asked if we want to copy any data, which in this instance, we don't. More info checks, and then it asks for Google account information. You don't need it to continue, but you'll need it for the app installs. Accept the terms, and some more account setup will happen. Then some Google services questions pop up, like location services and backup. I like to disable everything, as none of it's needed for what I use these tablets for. I skip the screen lock because these are kiosk tablets for everyone to use. Then we're asked if we want to enable the Google Assistant. I don't, so I click More and No Thanks. After that, we're all done initial boot up, and we're taken to the main screen. From there, I go and install all my apps at once, and then work on them one by one. The apps I install are Photo for the picture frame, HS Buddy for home automation, Tasker for tablet automation, and the Dolphin browser for web browsing.
I use this browser because it allows a full screen function, which is handy for our arcade scoring system. Then we get into setting up Photo. We start by choosing an initial source of the pictures, which for us is our local network, a share we have on our network storage. We put in the network storage name, address, and login information, and then we're given a list of shared folders to choose from. Ours is called Picture Frames, and inside that it's broken down into different types. I choose the type of pictures I want to display and click Complete. Then I go into Settings and set the photo display duration to 1 minute. How to display the pictures for me, I just want them stationary and scaled to fit in the center. Then I choose a transition. There's a bunch to choose from, but I like crossfade. Then I set the picture order to shuffle. I turn on date, time, and weather to display on the screen. You can change the size of the date, time, and weather as well if you want. 50% seems to work for me most of the time. Then I like to set the cache to 5 gigabytes. And that's it. Now it's a picture frame. After that, I set a screen lock pin so that settings can't be changed by anyone but me. HS Buddy is how I control our home automation software. When we open it up, you set all the server information and then test and save. When the connection is successful, I move on to downloading the dashboards that I previously built and are stored on the server. I repeat that process for every dashboard that I want on this particular tablet. Then we have all our nice dashboards for controlling things around the house. With our 2 major apps set up, now it's time to automate them using Tasker. I start by creating a new task called Wake Up. This task, I set the tablet to open a pop-up which pulls the tablet out of sleep mode. A few reminders will pop up during all this. I like to tap and disable all the notifications and then click Stop Reminding. Then I wait a few seconds and start the photo apps. Then I wait a few more seconds and start the HS Buddy apps. Then I go to Profiles and create a profile for the Wake Up task. This profile is set to run at 7 a.m. and end at 11:59 p.m. every day. This will wake up the tablet from sleep every morning and ensure it stays there until 11:59 p.m. The second task I create is the sleep task. Here I tell the tablet to lock the system, which puts it to sleep. When you select this option, you will need to enable Tasker to be device admin to do it. A pop-up will warn you. After that, I create another profile set to run at midnight and end at 6:59 a.m. every day, and the task we run is sleep. This ensures the tablet goes to sleep every night at midnight and stays that way. Some of the tablets go to sleep before midnight, but this one will go to sleep at midnight. And the last task is to start HS Buddy. We'll go over why we do that in the next step. After that, we create a state profile for when the tablet is dreaming. We run the Start HS Buddy task to ensure that HS Buddy is always running in the background when we exit picture frame mode. From there, you can choose the 7 a.m. task and click the check mark to run it and test everything. Here, you can see my pop-up comes up, then Photo, then HS Buddy, just as we set it. Next, we'll go ahead and disable a bunch of unnecessary apps and notifications. I like to turn off all the notifications so we're not getting pop-ups and noises all the time. Then I go in and disable all the unnecessary apps for our use. You can see a list here. Different tablets could need different apps, but for the most part, I need them to be plain tablets with little other function. Then I install an app called Nova Launcher. It's kind of a replacement workspace that allows you to fully customize the look and feel of the tablet. The Prime version just gives you a few more features. After you install it and try to go back to the home screen, it will ask you which launcher you would like to use, and you can choose Nova. You'll be asked again, and make sure to choose Always. Next, I get rid of all the icons. Then I go into settings and make the icons a little smaller. And then into gestures and inputs and set a double tap to open HS Buddy. It's a nice shortcut to have to quickly open home automation controls. After that, I turn off the search bar and then I put the apps that I want to use back on the home screen in the dock, and I'm done. The last step is to change the name of the tablet. With so many tablets around this house, it helps me identify them on my network. It's under Settings and About Tablet.
So there you have it. That's all we have for this project walkthrough. These things are great. Like I said earlier, they're relatively inexpensive. They're relatively easy to set up. They only take a couple of minutes once you get used to it. I'd say it's also one of my most favorite projects. One of my most favorite things we do around here. It gets a lot of comments, and it's very functional. It serves as our picture frames and as our home automation control and for our arcade and lots of other things. And it seems like possibilities are kind of endless for it. So if you like this project, go ahead and stay tuned for the next one, which I hope to walk you through how our home automation works. I use a program called HomeSeer, and it's a lot of setup, but we've been running it for years. It runs great, and it's all controllable via the tablets, via your phone, anything with a web browser. It's great. Hope to run through that next time. If you want to stay up to date with everything we're doing here, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and click that notification bell. See you next time.